Hello, Dave. Thank you for submitting your videos to fixyourgame.com. This is PGA professional Brant Casbaum speaking. I do see a couple things in your swing that I'd like to talk about today. One main thing in your setup, and then one main thing in your swing that, when fixed, will help you to cure your slice. The first thing in the setup that we're going to talk about is your alignment. Please check also, along with this video part of the lesson, there's a written part that we put together, and there's some links to some YouTube videos and drills. I made a brief note about your grip. Grip looks good in the video, but that's always a good thing to, as a refresher, since most people that slice do have the club gripped in the palm of their hand and not in the fingers. But you look okay there. But the main thing I want to talk about in your setup is your alignment. And from this angle here, you can see the video angle is kind of quartered from the side a little bit. It's not quite straight from down the line, but it looks like your feet are pointed in this direction. It looks like your shoulders are pointed in that direction, and your hips are also in that direction. So it looks like your shoulders are very open to the target or pointed to the left of your target. Hips are also pointed left to the target, and it looks to me like your feet are either pointed at your target or maybe even a little to the right of your target. Comparing it to the example video on the right-hand side of the screen, this gentleman is yours truly. You can see from the down the line view, you can actually see a bit of my left shoulder here, and in this video I can't see any of your left shoulder, so that tells me that your shoulders are clearly pointed well to the left of your target. You can see my left shoulder here pointed in this direction, hips also pointed in this direction, clubs pointed in this direction. Everything's pretty parallel to my target. Whereas you can see here, you're way open to your target, especially with your shoulders. So you want to feel your feet, hips, and shoulders all square to your target. So for you, that means you're going to want to feel like your left arm or your left elbow is pulled across your chest, or your left elbow is in front of your belly button. And when we move to the other video from face on, we can see that as well. But in order to square your shoulders, you have to feel like you're turning a little bit more square to the ball, so that's going to feel like your left arm or your left elbow is more in front of your chest. The second thing I want to talk about from this angle is another factor that's contributing to your slice, and that's the over the top or the across or outside in swing path. Your club swings in this direction from right to left, and I would bet that when you're hitting a 7-iron or a 9-iron, your divots are pointing well to the left of your target, and that ball starts well to the left and then curves back to the right. And a big factor or a big contributor to that is from the top of your swing here. You actually look good, very nice position here, but you swing the club and your hands move in this direction as opposed to this direction. So your arms are moving across or over the top. That's kind of where that jargon or that lingo comes from. Instead of swinging that club around in this direction, you're swinging it over the line or the target line or over top of the line. So if you look at where your hands are here, and then we'll fast forward your swing here a few clicks until we get to the halfway through the downswing, you can see that your hands have moved in this direction as opposed to more in this direction. Let's take a look at the example video over here on the right-hand side of the screen, and we'll do a comparison here. Let's draw a circle around my hands here and see where they are and see what direction they're moving in here as we start the club down. You can see that a few frames down the downswing, my hands have moved in this direction and they have not moved in this direction. That allows the club to swing in this line instead of going across and over the top of that line or over the top of the target line. And if any of the jargon or lingo isn't making sense, if you need further clarification of anything I say or anything that was in the written part of the lesson, please email me anytime, info@fixyourgame.com. I'll get back to you as ASAP. I know sometimes some of the lingo or jargon may not ring a bell, so if you need further clarification, as always, don't hesitate to send me a quick email. There are several drills that we can do that will help to keep you from swinging that club over the top. Those are also described in the written part. And we're now going to go to the face-on angle, and we'll take a look at your alignment and your over the top move from this direction. So first, about the alignment, I mentioned that you want to feel as if your left arm or your left elbow is more in front of your belly button, and you can see here that your left elbow is at your side. You can see that your shoulders are pointed well to the left. Your shoulders are open, and your sternum is pointed out here in this direction as opposed to being square to the ball. You can see over here how my left elbow is in front of my chest, in front of my belly. That squares or keeps my shoulders and my torso square to the target. As you get into the swing here, we're going to see a nice frame that shows the over-the-top motion. I'm going to stop it right here, or one more frame. Right there, you can see the separation that's come between your right elbow and your side or your hips. And you can see that that club is swung in this direction or towards the camera as opposed to swinging down the target line. And we'll take a look at the example here. When the club is in the same position, you can see how little gap there is there at all between my elbow and my hip. And so that's a key drill or practice technique that you can practice when you're hitting balls on the range, or just warming up before your round of golf, or just hitting wiffle balls in your backyard. As you start your downswing, you want to feel that that right elbow is staying close to your hip. That'll keep that club swinging along the proper line and prevent it from going across or over the top. So those are the two main things I want to have you work on from today's lesson. Number one, get better aligned to your target. Square your shoulders and hips to the ball, to the target line. It's going to feel like your left elbow, your left arm is more in front of your chest, or your left elbow is in front of your belly button. The video here shows a good representation of that. If we go back to the address position, you can see that your left elbow is at your side compared to the example video here where the left elbow is almost in front of my belly button. And then when we get in the swing, you want to feel like that club is, the first motion from the top of the swing is for your hands to come down and that elbow come close to your hips or close to your side pocket there on your shorts or pants. If there's any questions, please email me anytime, info@fixyourgame.com. And because of the referral and because of the Golf Smarter podcast, this does entitle you to 2 lessons for the price of 1. So after you work on these for a little while and the weather warms up, feel free to submit a second round of videos, and we'll check your progress and give you maybe 1 or 2 other things to work on. Thanks, Dave. Have a great day.